Third quarter, Nuggets up 6. Oh, Nikola Jokic, nice dish. Jeremy Grant, Jokic's 10th assist of the game, a triple-double through 3 for the big fella. Nuggets up 8. Fourth quarter, Clippers just cannot find a bucket. Early in the period, down by 8. Paul George, what is that? Not long thereafter, Clippers down 10. Kawhi Leonard, another brick. 4 minutes and change. The Clippers are down 15 points. Kawhi, no good. Stay with the play. Patrick Beverley keeps it around. Work it around. The ball will find Paul George, and he will find the backboard. A disaster. Doc Rivers can't believe what he's seeing. 2.5 to go. Nuggets in total control. Jamal Murray, oh, he scored 40. And we'll stay with the play because it's a microcosm of the game in its entirety. Look at Kawhi. He's looking to throw it down low. The Nuggets have other ideas. They're going the other way. Kawhi and Paul George go scoreless in the fourth quarter. They combine for 24 points, and they make a stunning exit after a 3-1 lead in this second-round series. And the party is on in Denver. The Nuggets come all the way back. They've done it. They're on their way to the conference finals. What a night.
I think internally we've always felt this is not a championship or bust year for us. We can only get better the longer we stay together and the more we're around each other. The more chemistry for this group, the better. I think that's really the tell of the tape of the season. We just didn't have enough time together.
I'm the coach, and I'll take any blame for it, but we didn't meet our expectations, clearly. Because we had, in my opinion, we'd still be playing.
All right, give the Nuggets all the respect in the world. There's no question they deserve that. But it was more of the same for the Clippers, who are now 0-8 all time with a chance to reach the conference finals. They've gone 50 seasons without doing so as a franchise. And so that feels like the story this morning. Tim Legler and Kendrick Perkins have gotten up early with us here. Big Perk, I'm coming right to you first. What is your initial thought on the Clippers blowing a 3-1 lead in this series, including 2 games that they had huge chances, a 19-point lead, a 16-point lead? What is your number one thought?
They're the biggest front runners in NBA history. When everything is going well, Greeny, you hear them hooping and howling and pounding their chests at their children and wives that are in the stands and the virtual fans. But when things get close, oh man, you could smell it. You could see it. They hearts start pumping Kool-Aid. And I'm looking at this Clipper team, man, they couldn't guard a senior citizen at recess in a nursing home. They were horrible on the defensive end. The Denver Nuggets flat out outplayed them. They had the ultimate confidence, and this is one of the greatest upsets in NBA history. There's no way around it. I don't want to hear nothing about chemistry problems. I don't want to hear none of that. This team was built to win a championship, and everybody, except for you and I, Greeny, was talking about, oh, the Clippers got these dogs. But guess what? They do a lot of barking, no biting. Jamal Murray and Big Jokic, they went over the fence and got their ball. They figured the dog was friendly. They started petting the dog. The dog started wagging his tail, and they walked straight out of the front door with their ball and took the dog home with them. And on their way out, the Clippers had a sweet potato pie and a bottle of water to give them on their way out the front door. So I don't want to hear nothing about chemistry problems.
Okay, that is extraordinarily, uniquely, and well put. Timmy Legler, let me come to you. This was a team that last summer put together Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They were supposed to win a championship. They don't even get close. What happened?
Yeah, for me, you got to take a look at the entitlement that they felt. I just felt all year this was a team that we kept talking about how good they should be on the defensive end of the floor. When you put Patrick Beverley, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard on the floor at the same time, this should be a suffocating team defensively. They never got there. Even when the league shut down in mid-March, Greeny, I felt like I was talking about this team every night, wondering when was it going to kick in? When were we going to see it? They get down to the bubble, and to me, clearly, they carried themselves with a sense that they had the most talent, and so it was going to work out. No adjustments. They never at any point figured out a way to slow down the two-man game of the Denver Nuggets. And I think they really honestly believed that at the end of the day, their talent would win out. That doesn't get it done in the NBA. And I don't want to hear any of this talk that you heard last night about, oh, well, they've been together longer and we haven't been together that long. And it goes to show you, we weren't built for year one of this. This was a long-term project. Don't buy any of that, because that's not the way the NBA works anymore. When you put together teams with superstar players, you're expecting to win it year one, particularly when you're favored to do so. So for me, Doc Rivers tried to own it. I don't know how much he honestly believes that, but he should, because this was his best opportunity to get back to the finals and to win a championship since he left Boston. And that team, just every time you watched them, they left you feeling a little bit of emptiness inside, and you felt the exact opposite with a team like Denver. Great chemistry, great coaching, and their two best players played their best when their team needed them to be, and the best offensive players on the part of the Clippers completely wilted, particularly in that first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, when you could see the light got turned up and none of those guys ran toward it. They all ran from it. And the Denver Nuggets basically took their heart in the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter last night.
I'll remind everyone who was not paying close attention to this that the Clippers not only were up 3-1, but they had a 16-point lead in Game 5. They had a 19-point lead in Game 6, and now they're going home. Big Perk, there's a quote here from Lou Williams saying after the game that the chemistry failed the Clippers. Remember, he missed the beginning of the return to the bubble because of that circumstance where he went to that club. What are your thoughts on what Lou Williams said?
I don't want to hear that from Lou Will. Also, because even after that, in the bubble, he was sitting up there talking about trademarking some lemon pepper wings. I don't like lemon pepper wings anyway. I prefer honey barbecue. But at the end of the day, when you're on a contender team, your mindset shouldn't be on trademarking wings. Your mindset should be on giving production off the bench, which he didn't do in this series. If you look at it, they picked on Lou Williams, the Denver Nuggets did, on the defensive end. They called him up and wanted him in the switch on every matchup, and they attacked him all series long. That has nothing to do with chemistry. That has everything to do with heart.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.